Okay, so we all love watching movies that revolve around bank heists, and we find it interesting when we hear about real bank robberies on the news, right? However, in all honesty, majority of those who commit robberies get caught, but that doesn't mean that their bank heist wasn't impressive. So this is the top 10 greatest bank heists, where we're gonna find out where you guys should not keep your money or expensive items in safety deposit boxes. So starting off this list, in at number 10 is the Bank of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia bank robbery. This is often dubbed the first bank robbery in America that occurred on August 31st, 1798. The criminals successfully stole $162,821, which is equivalent to $2.3 million today after inflation. The bank showed no signs of forced entry, and the vault was believed to have been opened with a forged key. So of course the blacksmith who had worked on the vault doors and locks was initially the prime suspect in the heist. And he was actually arrested and spent 3 months in prison. However, the sole perpetrators of the heist was later caught, but one of the robbers was pardoned without serving any jail time at all after he gave back the stolen money in a plea deal. Stealing the number 9 spot is the Dar el Salam bank robbery. In July of 2007, guards at the bank of downtown Baghdad allegedly robbed it for $282 million in American currency and escaped into the city with one of the largest heists in history. This took place during the overnight shift where security guards would often spend their nights in the bank. Officials believe that the robbers had connections to the militias because they were able to move through checkpoints in Baghdad without ever being searched. These guards have never been caught and none of the money has been recovered. Making our way into number 8, we're talking about the Northern Bank robbery. This was a large robbery of cash from the Northern Bank in Belfast, which is in Northern Ireland, that occurred on December 20, 2004. The thieves were able to steal £26.5 million and small amounts of other currencies such as euros and US dollars, which made this the largest bank robbery in Irish history. The night before the robbery, groups of armed men arrived at the two homes of the two officials who worked at the bank. The men held the officials and their families at gunpoint and instructed the officials to go to work the next day as normal and let them in after business hours. Central Bank of Iraq robbery brings us into number 7. This robbery was orchestrated by Saddam Hussein just days before the American invasion. 3 large trucks were parked in front of the central bank for several hours as these men were loading metal boxes. These boxes were filled with over $900 million. This heist didn't require explosives or guns. All it took was a handwritten letter that was signed by Saddam Hussein. The letter was given to the bank's governor instructing him to withdraw millions of dollars and to give it to Saddam Hussein's son. They spent 5 hours unloading the money into the trucks. Number 6 on this list brings us to Brink's MAT Warehouse. This is often considered one of the most notorious yet successful bank robberies of all time. On November 26, 1983, 6 men broke into the company's bank facility at Heathrow Airport in London and stole $30 million worth of diamonds, gold bars, and also cash. One of the security guards actually helped pull off this heist. The men entered the building and attacked the guards, dousing them with gasoline and threatening to set them on fire if they didn't cooperate. Many of these thieves were captured and convicted, but their gold was never recovered. Moving into number 5, we have the ABN Amro bank robbery. This robbery occurred at the bank located in Brussels, Belgium back in 2007. A very charismatic and suave man in his late 50s charmed the bank staff over the course of 1 year, buying them gifts and chocolates. Because of this, the bank staff trusted him enough to give him a VIP pass to the vault. What? Is this real life right now? One weekend, using his own pass, he stole jewelry that was worth over $28 million and then he vanished. The thief was never caught because he was just using a stolen passport and the jewels was never recovered. Hatton Garden heist takes place in the number 4 spot on our list. In April of 2015, the Hatton Garden safe deposit company was robbed of £200 million, and this burglary is being called one of the largest burglaries in the English legal history. This heist was carried out by one of the elderly men who were all experienced thieves. They used an industrial drill to cut a hole through a 7-foot concrete wall into the basement of the building, and they were able to break into 72 safety deposit boxes. However, all 4 men pleaded guilty and received prison sentences back in March of 2016. Up next, in at number 3, is the British Bank of the Middle East in Lebanon. This bank robbery was executed by the Palestine Liberation Organization during the Lebanon Civil War in Beirut back in January of 1976. The group blasted through the bank's walls and stole £25 million worth of gold bars, currency, and jewelry that is vaulted around £100 million today. The wall was shared with a church, and the group used the help of a locksmith to open up the safety deposit boxes. Nothing was ever recovered and nobody has ever been charged with this heist. Crazy. The Antwerp diamond heist makes its way into this list in at number This is often dubbed as the heist of the century because it was the largest diamond heist in history. The heist took place during the weekend of February 15th to the 16th in 2003 at the Antwerp diamond center located in Belgium. One of the thieves, Leonardo Notarbartolo, had rented an office in the diamond center 2.5 years prior to the robbery. This gave him a safety deposit box located in the vault beneath the building. Leonardo and his accomplices broke through infrared heat detectors, Doppler radar, a magnetic field, seismic sensor, and a lock with 100 million possible combinations, and they stole $100 million worth of jewels that have never been found. Leonardo was caught after DNA evidence on a sandwich that he left at the scene connected him to the crime, and he was sentenced to 10 years. That really sucks. That is the worst way to get caught. And finally, we've made it to the #1 spot for the top 10 greatest bank heists. These have been so awesome, but we're talking about the Bangko Sentral burglary. This is considered as one of the world's largest bank heists ever. On Saturday, August 6, 2005, a gang of burglars tunneled into a bank and removed 5 containers of 50 real notes with an estimated value of about 71.6 million USD. And all of these weighed about 3.5 tons. The money was actually uninsured because the bank wanted to avoid insurance premiums. Well, I think it's safe to say the person with the bright idea got fired, because that wasn't a bright idea. You should have gotten insured. The burglaries disabled the internal alarms and sensors, and the robbery was undiscovered until the bank reopened again on that following Monday. The bills were not numbered sequentially, which made them impossible to trace. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you all in the next video. So let me know what most amazing top 10 video you guys would like to see next in the comment section below. If you guys liked this video, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to share it around with your family, your friends, your loved ones. Get everyone involved with watching these videos, and also hit that like button as well. If you guys want to watch more videos, just look right beside me. There's 2 videos for you guys to watch on. Maybe you guys missed one of those. I'm sure at least one of them you'll like them. Well, thank you guys so much for this whole thing. I'm gonna work on the next most amazing top 10 video, so I'll see you guys then. Okay, bye.